How we do it, down to it. Fuck those who don't do it how we do it, cause we used to it. Drink, motherfucking
Drink.
One.
Winter, come on now.
David, you be working.
Deja, we know you weren't working on upper body when you was working out. Come on, let me see what you got, Winter.
Three.
Winter, what is that?
I'm gonna plank.
What a card at? Man, these people here.
Come on, Elise, grab a card.
It's my friends for me, because, y'all, it don't take that long to get naked. It don't take that long to get naked, hoes. Where y'all at? She told me I'm gonna keep it hot. You gonna keep it hot? What?
I'm gonna keep my hot bathing suits that I don't want to wear because it's cute as fuck.
They, what Go said, they croup.
The one that's like mediocre is in my check-ins. I can't wear them. Okay.
Quilla, can you at least fight back?
No. What's your
At least something. At least fight back, something.
Get up, bro. Get up. I'm tired of shit.
Welcome back, guys. I trust you're fine. Now, today we are bringing you a very gruesome story. Personally, I'm angry at what I've seen so far. I'm not passing judgment on anybody. We bring you the true crime story of Shanquella Robinson, a beautiful 25-year-old American citizen who has lost her life whilst vacationing with 6 of her friends at Cabo Villas in Mexico, allegedly to celebrate the birthday of one of her friends. And this case, it's put me off so much. If you've been watching my videos, you would see my usual demeanor. This is not it, but I have to bring you the news, and hopefully we'll be able to close this case because a lot is being put into it. Hats off to the FBI, hats off to all the various law enforcement agencies working on this. And this is an unfolding case. It broke just around the 29th of October this year, 2022, and investigations are still ongoing. In this video, I'm going to bring you everything that we've gathered from the inception of the issue to date. And we will do so by referencing information that has been put out there without drawing conclusions or passing judgment on anybody who have been mentioned in this ongoing case. If you are ready for this ride, buckle up real tight and let's go. Shanquella Robinson is a North Carolina woman who was really full of life. You know, she was always in a joyful mood, according to sources close to her. She had a budding personality, outgoing, friendly, lovable, all the positive adjectives you can shower on her. She embodied and personified that. So then the question is, what would lead to this lady who is so bubbly, so full of life, suffering a fate as gruesome as this? Today's true crime story is going to be presented a bit differently. You are going to see how the story goes when the narrator is personally vested in it, such that he is not happy the story has not actually been solved by the authorities. That myself, I'm really hoping that this story will be resolved as soon as possible by the authorities and all guilty parties rounded up and given the full sentence as far as the law is concerned. So Shanquella Robinson, bubbly as described, had life really going for her. She had her business as well, her fashion business, selling for clothing and just making some good, honest money. Now, on this fateful day of October 28th, it's reported that Shanquella, in the company of other friends of hers, decided to take a trip to Cabo in Mexico to celebrate the birthday of one of her friends. It is not yet reported which specific friend it was whose birthday they were going to celebrate. Fast forward, this group arrived at Mexico and went on to the Cabo Villas, and they settled in, at which point Shanquella allegedly called her mom and informed her that she had arrived safely and everything was okay. Amongst those she went with in her company was a gentleman called Khalil, who, according to reports, allegedly is supposed to be her best friend going back 5 years. Another man, also called Nazir, was in the mix, but the timeline of his arrival will be explained as we progress with this video. Additionally, there was another person called Desalu-Vold Jackson who was there with her, and another person allegedly called Winter. The others are still being identified, but from reports out there, these are the people, or at least some of the people, who were in her company at Cabo Villas in Mexico. It seemed like it was just a normal friends trip, hanging out, having fun. But wait a minute, there was actually going to be a twist, because 24 hours after Shanquella had arrived in Mexico and informed her mom that she was okay, guess what? Shanquella would turn up dead, and a whole twist of a plot will start unfolding, and that's where we still are as at the point of making this video. But like I said, we're going to go into the details of what has been put out so far. So it's reported that after Shanquella had informed her mom that she was okay, several hours later, her supposed best friend, according to reports, reached out to her mom via phone and informed her that Shanquella wasn't feeling too well and that she was suffering from alcohol poisoning. Now, this is where the analysis begins. These are going to be my opinion and valid questions that I have. If you have possible answers, you could leave them in the comment section. How does he know, or how do they know, that she's suffering from alcohol poisoning? That's the first question. How do you come straight out of the gates diagnosing and indicating that she's suffering from alcohol poisoning? Now, he passes off this information to Shanquella's mom, who later came out in an interview with news agencies to indicate that she didn't really believe some of these things she was told by her friends after these things were unfolding, because it didn't add up, and rightly so. So that's my first question. How did they even conclude genuinely that it was alcohol poisoning, if it was? Fast forward, Shanquella will turn up dead, and the news just shook the internet because it happened too fast. Not that it's still okay if it happened slowly, no, but it was just too sudden 24 hours ago, this person, so bubbly, full of life, cheerful, and even had gone to the extent of she funding the trip, the villas and other things, and declaring allegedly that she had an extra $10,000 cash on her as part of travel immigration requirements. How does this person just end up dead like that? And to make the twist even more stunning and mind-blowing and so unsettling, moments after her passing, it is then reported that it didn't take long, but her friends packed and left Mexico, came back to the United States, and left Shanquella's body in Mexico. They actually left before their scheduled departure date. Now, not to cast any doubt on them, but personally, I believe that friendship is governed by principles, philosophies, and code. There are different codes. One of them is the bro code. One of them is the sisterhood code. How do you even leave a friend who is sick at the hospital and just go home and sleep? You would want to stay by that friend, so at least you see some positive signs showing. Then you will try to see if you can leave that person under the care, or at least observation, of somebody you know is competent and will be in a position to escalate as soon as something comes up, because you can count on that person to also be observant. But in this case, their friend had actually died, and the next best thing that they thought to do was to leave her body in that country and carry her luggage and stuff back to her own country, that's the United States of America, and then go to her family and deliver her stuff and commiserate with her family. Now, it's reported that upon meeting Shanquella's family, they still continue to push the narrative that she had died from alcohol poisoning. I'm just imagining what Shanquella's parents were going through, having to take this news like this. But you know, some things are instinctive, and it turns out later that the parents didn't believe Shanquella's friends. They claimed that their stories did not add up, and rightly so. News would break that Mexico authorities had now gotten the autopsy report showing the cause of death, and the parents had also gotten one too. The cause of death, surprisingly, had nothing to do with alcohol. In fact, there was no alcohol in her system, per the reports out there. It would turn out that the cause of death was a broken neck. So, just like that, how does cause of death move from alcohol poisoning to a broken neck? And it begs the question I asked earlier, how did they even conclude that she was suffering from alcohol poisoning? But this is what they were peddling. So, right after this, the suspicion cloak was drawn really wide. These 6 friends of hers were now looking suspicious, because everything they had been saying right up until the publishing or the coming out of the autopsy report turns out not to add up now. It was completely debunked by the autopsy report, but they still stuck to their story. And then one of them, Nazir, will come out to see his side of what happened on Instagram Live, trying to paint a picture of what he experienced with Shanquella when he got there on that fateful day. According to him, he didn't actually leave with them on the same day to Mexico, but that he came a day afterwards, and that he came to meet her in a certain state. but I wouldn't want to speak for him. Let's go and watch the video and hear from himself, and then we continue from there.
That's it, but I didn't really go in there like, damn, y'all jumped her, y'all beat her ass, what's going on? Like, cause they know, man, and nobody even told me about nothing. I was blind to everything. I'm literally in there giving her my all, like, come on, girl, we was 2,000 miles away from home. 2,000 miles away from home, don't nobody deserve this, don't 51 questions. Bro, why is y'all talking about boy did y'all kill y'all friend? I wasn't there. I don't have those answers for you from Friday to 3 o'clock when I got to Cabo. I just don't have them answers. I posted my flight itinerary. When I got there, I can't make that up. I can't. I really don't know what else to do but show y'all fucking the real tickets if I could even find them when I landed and didn't land. But I could post the video, I could show the video, it's gonna show the timestamps because it's in my archive. I got there at 3-something p.m. I mean, that's it, but I didn't really go in there like, damn, y'all jumped her, y'all beat her ass. Be pulling up. I say that in the video, everybody can hear it, everybody knows. Everybody that know me heard me say the shit. That was my first video when I got there, or second, because I made a video. He pulling up to the villa, but he was cutting up the guy. I'll get the timestamp for y'all, but that's not gonna work. So I guess the real FBI or whatever had to put those right timelines together. But I'm gonna start with the NCB. That faggot is so stupid and got y'all believing everything that's wrong. I was not there till the next day. I didn't see a fight. I didn't know it was a fight. I didn't know it was a video. I didn't know they did any harm, anything. I went in there and told her it was alcohol poisoning, so that's what I helped her as. That's what I helped her as. I didn't leave her side. I cut on soft music. Summer Walker rubbing her head till the nurse came in. Nobody even talked about the nurse. Nobody even said a nurse came. None of this stuff. So I'm really not understanding. I say that in the I go out and make that big cooking. So we made it to the her head, just chilling, waiting till the nurse came, because that's what I was informed that was happening. At first I was told that it was a male coming and then a female showed up. So by that time, I skipped another thing. Quilla wasn't found dead. She wasn't found dead. The maids found her slumped over the toilet in her room. That's what they did find her, slumped over her toilet in her room. That's what I was told. Quilla was not dead when I got there. Yeah, boom. Okay, so when I get in there, I go in, I see Quilla, I see she chilling, I put her on her side. I go out and make that video where I'm talking about I'm here, that Quilla get up. I'm thinking like, damn, we got stuff to do. ATVs, a boat, dinner. I missed the chefs, I missed everything. So I'm like, damn, I'm thinking, Quilla, let's get up.
Now, just after this audio came out, this Instagram live from Nazir Wiggins came out, people were still doubting him, and some were on the fence, like myself, because in true crime, you don't rush. The facts will start panning out. The story will start unfolding. So there are others who had concluded this guy was lying, asking questions. I don't want to say he's lying or not because it's still unfolding, although recent additional evidence coming out seems to be going along the timelines that he was talking about in his video. But back to the main issue at hand, Shanquella's mysterious death. Now, the autopsy has revealed that she died from a broken neck. Her friends who were with her when she died are also saying she died from alcohol poisoning. Nazir Wiggins had come out with this video, and then suddenly the video also came out. It's unclear who put that video out, but this was a video of Shanquella. One would say fighting, but I think she was just being beaten by one of her friends, whom in the video has been allegedly identified as Desalu-Jackson. Yeah, and because of YouTube graphic policy, I can't show the video here, but just to show the still and the audio, you would hear the thud of the beating and the fact that one of her friends, some allege is Khalil, I can't see for sure, but you hear one of her friends was a male voice in the background actually encouraging Shanquella to fight back because she was just being beaten if you watch the video. But I won't show it here, just listen to the voice note and you can imagine what it was.
Okay.
Quilla, can you at least fight back?
No. Why she not coming?
At least something. At least fight back, something.
Get up, bro. Get up.
Now, after watching this video, I had different perspectives running through because the floor was wide open for speculation, for suspicion, some of which might seem justifiable at the time this video came out. But I believe it could also lead to premature suspicions. One, most people for that matter, started pointing suspicious fingers at the woman who was alleged to be beating her and alleged also to be identified as Desalu-Jackson, as she's the one who has beaten her to death. Yeah, that's one school of thought that was all over social media. But like I said, true crime, we don't rush. True Crimes Cafe was spending time going through the facts because the story is still unfolding. Yes, you see her being beaten hellaciously in the video, but it does not necessarily mean that that is the cause of death. That is one. Two, there are also rumors that the friends actually stole her $10,000. That was the motive for beating and killing her. That is also yet to be proven. Three, there are also rumors that there is another video where one of the friends, allegedly called Winter, allegedly puts Shanquella in a chokehold and then slams her on the floor, thereby breaking her neck, and as such being alleged by some people that this Winter lady is the one who actually delivered the killer blow. There are so many speculations going around, and personally I don't think it's right for the memory of Shanquella, unfortunate as it is that she has had to pass on this way. It still behoves upon us to leave the authorities to do their work. The speculations actually does more harm than good sometimes, although there could be some good in there. But from my analysis, this is just my opinion. If you watch the videos that I showed from the beginning, the way they were drinking, and then following from there the type of fun that they were having, trying to push up and all, and even if you've gotten to watch the actual video of the beating, Shanquella is actually naked and the other person, her assailant, is not naked. So the question is, why was she naked? But you would also see in the video I played earlier from the beginning that she was actually looking for them and wondering why they were taking so long in getting naked. These videos do not actually show a clear timeline, and I'm not going to stretch to say, oh, this was immediately before that or that. No. But from these videos, you see they were close. They were close to each other. you see that they weren't really shy of being naked around each other, or at least Shanquella wasn't. But then again, also, we don't even know when and how she got naked. The video starts with her being naked already. We have no idea when she took off her clothes, if she did that herself, or when it was taken off her by someone, if it was done by someone. So the video shows a lot, but also doesn't show a lot. And there's a lot to be analyzed and investigated by the security agencies. Now, to the fight or the beating. Somebody could argue that it could also be friends trying crazy things. Watching the video from the start, as has been put out, it seemed like it was like a ready, set, go kind of thing. It didn't seem like somebody was angry at someone and attacked somebody. That could also be wrong. Like I said, the video shows a lot and doesn't also show a lot. But all in all, it could also look like it's a video of someone overpowering another and just beating the hell out of them. But other questions that I have are: 1. Who shot this video? Obviously, it's likely that it would be one of the friends. And if it is, why would the friend think it's okay to shoot a video of one of his or her friends naked and being assaulted in that manner? I just don't get it. What was the motive for shooting that video? And that question leads to other speculations also out there, that it seems these friends might have been jealous of Shanquella and was actually plotting on her, and the whole thing was a big plot. Now, if you decide to go with your emotions, you might believe some of these things based on some things you might have seen in your own life. And like Meek Mill, the popular rapper, said in one of his songs, that he prayed to God to kill his enemies, and when he woke up the next day, his friends started dying. So basically, just to say that there are lots of fake friends around. And that is how the Cabo 6 are being referred to by most people, that they are not really genuine, that they were around Shanquella for her money. But I still think that these are early days yet. These are early days, and it's too soon to pass judgment. Although for me, for those of them, who were there when this beating or fighting, whatever they will call it, was happening, and they didn't do anything about it, I think they will definitely be liable for something legal. I'm not sure which it would be, but you can't be pretending over this and looking on, not to talk of even filming it. And like I said, the lady's cause of death was a broken neck, but now what led to the broken neck is one of the things that the authorities are seeking to unravel. I hope that justice comes very soon, very swiftly, and without mercy. Like I told you from the beginning, this story breaks my heart so much. If you see the lady, you see that she was so full of life and a promising future. So many stories are out there. Her parents are granting interviews, and I respect their pain. But I also believe that as the FBI has taken the case on as well, things are going to be expedited. But then there is also the question of the international legalities and then the international jurisdiction as far as Mexico and US are concerned, because the whole thing actually happened on Mexican soil. So Mexico takes precedence as far as jurisdiction is concerned on this issue. And the FBI has also now leaned in and are hoping to be engaged by the Mexican authorities. And I believe if they are not willing, the FBI will definitely find a way to stretch its long hands to ensure that they influence the process positively to grant justice to the untimely, beautiful Shanquella Robinson is passing. And I wish her family and her true friends the strength in these times to move on. Let's see what investigations will unravel. But please and please, let's just hold on with the speculations and see what will come out of it. Shanquella Robinson has since been buried and investigations are ongoing. Leave your comments in the comment section. What do you think happened? What do you think did not happen? As it turns out, new details are coming out, and some of them at the moment seem to be sort of corroborating Nazi Reagan's timelines that he was putting out in his video. Who knows? Who is lying? Who is telling the truth? I trust the authorities are going to get to the bottom of it. Once again, it's yours truly, True Crimes Cafe. If you are yet to subscribe to the channel, kindly do so. Turn on post notifications. Leave your comments in the comment section. Stay safe out there, because somebody close to you could be preparing to stab you in the back. Take care.